Hey sportsmen, John Bergsman here with Fisherman's Digest. We're out in front of beautiful Pierhead, the Pierhead here at Holland, Michigan. And we talked about beach trolling last week on our episode. Well, guess what? We've got perfect water with a nice south wind today. But we're gonna talk about really good fishing going on now. No ice anywhere left, 5 great reports. We've got Lake Erie out of the Erie Shores and Islands region. Then we're going to come up around the corner and talk about Monroe, Michigan, out of Bulls Harbor and that Luna Pier area. Then we're going to continue up into Michigan. It's going to be Lake St Clair. Nick and Anthony have got another great perch and panfish report for us. You know, we keep throwing these in there because everyone's walleye fishing, but not everybody wants to walleye fish, and Lake St. Clair's got some of the best perch and pan fishing going on anywhere in the state right now. Then we're going to jump across the state north to the Traverse City region. Now the Traverse City region is got the Port of Franfort. Captain Dave Rommel took his family out for a little Easter troll. We've got their report, some really good fishing happening there. Jump across the bridge all the way up to the Marquette area. Mike Cozier and Marquette Adventures is into the steelhead big time. Stay tuned for these 5 great reports. So we're going to start out today at the Lake Erie Shores and Islands region with Blue Dolphin Walleye Charters and Captain Gary Zart and his son Nicholas. Both of them are captains. Both of them are out there whacking the fish. Now we've got a little change of location, so listen up if you're headed to the Ohio area. Gary and Nick have been catching most of their fish in 3 specific regions, and that is either east of Kelly Island, north of Kelly Island, or east of South Bass Island. So those 3 areas have definitely had the right color water as well as good numbers of fish. Now, they've also got 4 really critical sets for you today, and that'll help you guys when you head down there on your own to fish. The first is a super high set, and that's that 25 back behind your offshore boards. The next set that Gary and Nick have been doing really well at is 40 back. The other one is 65 back, and the last one is 100 back. So 25, 40, 65, and 100. Now they've been running bandits about 1.1 to 1.5 miles an hour. They've stayed pretty slow because we are right in that spawn right now. It's going on all over the lake, and once that spawn finishes and we get a little bit of warmer weather, we'll be able to jack that speed up to 1.5, 1.7. But right now it's still that 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 speed. So Lake Erie Shores and Islands, all around Kelly Island and in between Kelly and South Bass is what's going on. And listen, if you don't have a boat or you're wanting to just get out, give Captain Gary Zart a call from Blue Dolphin Walleye Charters. We've also got Captain Kelly from Irregardless Sport Fishing. He took this past weekend off, so Gary, ran shotgun for him. He'll be back next week in the water, and you can get on board with him too. So that's Kelly Schmidt from Irregardless Sport Fishing or Gary Zart from Blue Dolphin Walleye Charters. They're out of the Erie Shores and Islands region. Check out the full line of Polar Kraft Boats at polarkraft.com. So hey, our next stop is right around the corner to the Michigan line and above, and that is Monroe to Luna Pier. And guys, this bite has been hot as fire. There's no other way to put it. It has been crazy. We've got a guest report from the voice of Michigan football, John Jansen. Took his family out. As you see the pictures going across, John and his family had a great Easter weekend. They went fishing. They caught tons of fish. He was kind enough to write a detailed report out for us. So here's John Jansen, Go Blues, guest report for you. Now it's real specific. They were in 11 to 15 feet of water. They were trolling 1.3 to 1.5. They were using bandits or number 11 flicker minnows, and they were running them a combination of 15, 20, and 25 behind the board. They ran 6 lines, and they had 2 on the outside out 15 feet, 2 in the inside one out 20, and the last inside one's at 25. So all of them super high fish. Well, of course, he's in shallow water. So that's really the key. Now, if you get past the dusk time frame, John stayed one of those days a little bit later, and he said he really got into them, but boy, the color changed from the chrome-based lures during the day to a fluorescent-based lure at night. So remember that if you're fishing and you're going to stay out a little longer and you want to just enjoy a beautiful 60-degree temperatures that we've got coming all week long, feel free, but remember to make that color change to more fluorescence once that low light condition happens around 7:30 right now. So Monroe, Michigan, on fire all the way to the Ohio line, shallow water right now, 1.3 to 1.5, short line in them behind your offshore boards.
Midwest Steel Carports is Michigan's premier steel building manufacturer. We manufacture and install custom steel buildings throughout Michigan. Our engineer-certified steel buildings are fully tailored to fit your every need, and our up to 40-year warranty protects your investment. From residential storage sheds to commercial warehouses, let our team work with you to find your ideal building. For more information and pricing, visit MidwestSteelCarports.com.
So hey, our next report just a little bit north of Monroe, and we're jumping up to Lake St. Clair again, and Nick and Anthony have got another great report. Now these boys went and fished a tournament last weekend, and wouldn't you know, they won a perch tournament. But we love these reports because they keep us all posted and balanced and based with not everybody has big boats and can go out and ply the waters of Lake Erie and St. Clair for walleye. A lot of them are stuck with 16 and 17 foot boats, and if the weather's not just perfect, hey, what do? Well, you can do what Nick and Anthony do, and that's go fish on Lake St. Clair for perch. Now, the bite remains bright colored perch pounders. That's been the key with minnows. Now, for their winning spot, they were even kind enough to tell me they were right out in front in the mouth of the Clinton River, right out in the lake side of the Clinton, of the river mouth at Clinton River. So they were in about 10 feet of water, a little bit of sandy weed bottom mix. They got some really nice jumbos, as you can see going across the screen. Now a little later in the day, after they went and weighed them in, they went back out as well the next day and caught a bunch of big gills, and they tell me that this canal bite is going strong right now for crappie and gills. But their tournament day was wonderful. They started out catching a slob crappie. It looked like it was the winning crappie for the tournament, and then they had that big bag of nice top 10 perch. But Nick and Anthony, thanks for bringing us these fun perch reports. These guys are banging them with perch pounders. They're not in deep water and they're not far away, so you guys should be able to take advantage of this, you guys with smaller boats. So Lake St. Clair, panfish.
White River Tackle's Perch Pounder is the finest two-hook perch rig in the industry. Its unique fish skin technology, coupled with a soft glow bead, make the Perch Pounder irresistible to fish. Available in a variety of fish-catching colors, simply tip each hook with your favorite live bait and let the fun begin. So whether it's perch, crappie, or bluegill, ask for White River's Perch Pounder by name.
So Captain Dave Rommel from Tiny Bubble Sport Fishing up in the Franfort area got his boat wet. Well, he always gets his boat wet a little earlier than everybody else, but he took it out on a shakedown run with his family on Easter weekend, and it looks like they got into them pretty nice. Now Dave tells me they were a little north of Franfort. They were out in 40 to 55 foot of water, and the best bait was slide divers. Now, those that run slide divers know this is a type of diver that you can let a bunch of line out, then click it, and then let your second set of line out, which will take you to the distance from the boat and down that you want it. So the critical set, Dave said, was basically 75-75. So 75 foot of line out, snap your slide diver, let it out another 75 on a high setting, and pull it out away from the boat, and the Lakers were all over it. Now the best bait by far was a chrome green spin doctor with a chartreuse spin and glow. Now that's a real standard setup in the early season, and frankly put, chrome green is good all year round, but that chartreuse spin doctor behind that chrome green is a really good fish catching color. And it looks like Dave got into some really nice fish. He told me when I chatted with him on the phone that he was catching doubles, and they were just having a gay old time out there. It looked like Ellie was reefing some fish in as well. So if you're looking to get up to that greater Traverse City area and get out for an early trip, Dave's one of those charter captains that definitely likes to get out there early, likes to ply the waters for whatever's biting, and you can have an awesome time. So it's Dave Rommel from Tiny Bubbles Sport Fishing up there in Frankfort, and it's already going on the big lake. Oh, and to mention to you, Dave has a smaller center console boat that he uses on Crystal Lake. And Crystal Lake has a really good population of inland silverfish, as well as the walleyes and the bass and all the other fish that Crystal has. So he has got a program there where he can actually target those fish. He's done it for years. So if you're looking for a different adventure, talk to Dave about the small boat time there on Crystal Lake.
All right, Jeff Miller here today with you, just showing you some products, and the one product that we're going to feature here is our Alt 4 Dash S17. This is a Downy Salty brand powder coated rod holder that we purchase, add to our components. Our mount, 6 positions in a 90-degree area for full adjustability up and down, and then has all of our teeth machined in the base so we can lift and turn and rotate this as we want it. So one of the mounts this was really designed for was fishing for all of our muskie guys. So a lot of our muskie fishermen, I learned how to fish muskies on Lake St. Clair. This is designed that we can take and rotate this in, tilt this rod tip right down into the water. This encompasses our rod and reel, and we get all the features out of here of being able to fish down in the water. You can tilt this thing up. I can fish a flat line by adjusting this and having a flat line right off the side, keeping my rod flat off the side of the boat. I can tilt it back inside here, use it as a planer board rod if I need to. And then the beauty of it is here on the back of the boat, we could actually take and turn this by lifting and rotating the base, pivoting this up and getting some rotation out of this. And I could be fishing a fishing rod right over the top of my outboard and getting a rod straight down the center of the chute. So that particular setup, that's our Alt 4 S17, gives you a lot of versatility.
So hey, our last stop of the day for the fishing reports is up in Marquette. Now we're going up to talk to Mike Cozier from Marquette Adventures. And they've had a little bit of an early thaw. I mean, the warm weather has gotten to them strong, and it looks like all the shoreline ice, other than just in a few spots, is gone, and there's opportunities all over the place. But what's happening right now is a lot of those Lake Superior big steelhead are dumping into the Marquette area rivers and streams. And as you can see by these pictures, these are no joke fish. These are really big steelhead that Mike's laying into. And so this is just starting, so this should go for about a month now, right now, you know, provided that it doesn't get too terrible hot, but typically about a month for steelhead up there. Now, spawn bags, under floats is the ticket. It's the way you catch those big fish there up in the Marquette area. So if you're looking to get out or looking for something unusual, get a hold of Mike from Marquette Adventures. Now, there's also a lot of shoreline fishing happening up there in Lake Superior already. We talked to you a couple weeks ago about the western UP having the shoreline fishing going. It's also going there in the Marquette area. So if you're looking to get out on an early season adventure, check it out. You can hook your own boat up. You can go out there. These fish are really predictable. They're easy to catch and easy to locate. They're really shallow. They're basically less than 40 feet of water, and it's just shoreline rock trolling. So the Marquette area for shoreline fishing, as well as steelhead, right now going on for the next month or so up in the Marquette area of Michigan's central Upper Peninsula. Well, hey, I'm excited to get out for my first filming of the year. We've got an awesome filming trip to the Detroit River scheduled for next week, Tuesday. So hopefully we'll bring you a little video of that. Going to jump out with Captain Eric Long and Mark from the bait shop and Steve Schoonover from Wyandotte Worm Company. We're going to go out on the Big D. We're going to have a great filming excursion, and we're going to have some fun. But we didn't talk about it this week because you know what? We're going to talk about the Detroit River for the next 3 weeks in a row. But we just figured we'd throw a few other things in that might not necessarily jump into your mind, like Traverse City and Marquette Steelhead. But we've got some more surprises for you too coming next week, because we're hearing good, strong reports from the Straits area. That's right up by St. Ignace and Mackinac City. A lot of guys are starting to take advantage of the fishing that's going on up there. We've talked about it now for a year. We're going to talk and try to get you a good jigging report for lake trout out of St. Ignace on that eastern shoreline of the Upper Peninsula. And then we're also going to talk about a trolling bite that just started. So we really didn't want to do a fishing report on it this week, but tell you what, Mackinac City is going to want to be on your destination list in the next few weeks here, because Mackinac City and St. Ignace both are going to start to fire with some really high quality lake trout fishing. So hey, thanks for joining us on this week's video fishing report. We're glad that you watched the show. We appreciate it. Make sure you tune into this coming weekend show on your local network, and you'll see those times and dates come up on future posts. But thanks for joining us again here on the Video Fishing Report from Fisherman's Digest.